It's David Wowee. How you doing? Who are another Eden's best characters? I'll let you know my top picks while also doing my Guide of the Heavens banner pull. For those of you who don't know what a Guide of the Heavens banner pull is, if you are under the paid Guide of the Heavens subscription, every 3 months you'll get the opportunity to have this banner where you pick 7 5-star characters, and one of those characters will be drawn out like a lucky dip and be given to you. So there'll be people commenting, how do you get this banner? Let them know. David explains it right at the start of the video that it's under the paid subscription. The trick with these though is that you won't have the option to pick the latest characters. You can only pick all the characters that were out 3 months ago. But I'll let you know my top picks anyway. And a lot of them actually aren't the newest characters available. So I'll let you know my top picks for each element in the game as attack units or support characters. And then since I have most of these characters, I'll be picking out different characters in the end, and then I'll be picking out 6 characters that I want, and then 1 character that I really don't want, and then we'll see what I pick from there. Anyway, who are my top characters? Let's start with the Thunder element. If we were to pick the best Thunder element in the game, I would personally say Utpalaka, the recent character that just came out. Unfortunately, he is not in this banner, but I will be doing a guide on him soon, so check it out. So what makes Utpalaka good? He's a massive thunder damage dealing character that can work both as a support and an okay tank. He's a Thundering Stance setter who can awaken Thundering Stance several times in battle if he's still awakened. He's also the last arcade character you can unlock at the moment, so wait for my guide for that. So if you want a thunder damage dealing character, you may want Utpalaka, but if you've got this banner now, you can't pick him. So alternatively, I would choose Oboro. So where is Oboro? Let's look for him. There he is, Mr. Oboro. So he's a Thunder Slash DPS, and he works well with Utpalaka once you get him. They have some pretty good synergy together. Oboro's Raijin mode adds a Thunder Magic add-on attack to every attack. So this works in Utpalaka's favor as all his attacks are further increased. Oboro is also a Thundering Stance setter, and if you have him Stellar Awakened, he can awaken Thundering Stance also. Another damage-dealing Thunder character you may want is Velette. So for the people who are into lore, she is a main story character. So if you want to collect main story characters, she's your girl. Also, she's not a Stellar Awakened character, so she can still be fantastic, and you don't need to pull her 3 times for her to be good. She has a sidekick Guns, which works really well with Thunder teams. And like Oboro and Utpalaka, she can also set and awaken Thundering Stance. Once again, she can't be Stellar Awakened, which is to your advantage because she's still a decent character and you don't need to Stellar Awaken her. Now let's look at crystal characters. Who are my favorite crystal characters? Firstly, I would highly recommend Alma Another Style. For the lore addicts, she's part of the Apocrypha series. She has a whole chapter dedicated to her, so if you're just into story, get her just for that. Also, as an actual battle unit, she's great for her counters, and in many battles she can pretty much be invincible through her refraction bullet skill. She can be decent even without Stellar Awakening. She is a crystalline stance setter who can make your enemy's element weak against yours, which is massively powerful. I did a guide on her, so check her out. An alternative to her would be Thillelille Extra Style. For the lore addicts, she is part of the Mythos series. She plays a significant role in the Mythos series. As a battle unit, she's a pain-setting, high damage dealing sword slash crystal unit who has a pretty sick looking EX move. She can set and awaken Crystalline Stance, and you may also want her for a sidekick Moki, who has a huge fan base behind it, very cute sidekick. And as a battle unit, Moki can debuff enemies and even give the team Barrier Pierce. And even if you don't have her, Moki actually has a free side quest you can play. I did a full guide on Thillelille ES, so check that out after watching this video. My favorite Shade character is none other than Iphi. I've talked about her at length in several other videos, but even to this day, she's still my #1 character, even if she doesn't have Stellar Awakening. Iphi is a biting Shade Stance setter who, through her skill Rosaliliac, can also inflict pain and poison while also significantly weakening your enemy's power, intelligence, speed, and type resistance. Her Nocturnal Procession skill greatly increases the power, intelligence, and speed of your team while also preventing knockback, which is important against a lot of endgame super bosses. And most importantly, the best part about Iphi is that she can instantly revive knocked out characters. I did a whole guide on her, so check it out. Right next to Iphi is Yakumo. He's perfect if you want a shade damage dealer. For the lore addicts, Yakumo has an entire chapter dedicated to him in the Apocrypha series, and for people who hate their jobs or are feeling the pangs of depression, Yakumo may be fully relatable to you. With the right setup, he can be one of the best damage dealers in the game, especially through his skill deletion, which drinks up his MP to deal considerable damage. You may also want to get him purely for his sidekick Kumos, which synergizes perfectly with his skill set, but is also great with any team where you need a constant supply of MP, as Kumos auto regens MP. You can also upgrade him to his Another Style, which also gives you the first Another Style sidekick in the game, Kumos Another Style. And if you're thinking of fire characters, hands down, you would want Ewan, if you can Stellar Awaken him. As a normal style, Ewan is super power crept and is absolutely useless. But if you have enough Tsubara's gems, you can buy his star charts from Noipor Emporium and Stellar Awaken him. He's currently at the top of the global tier list. He's a raging fire stance setter who can awaken the zone several times in battle if you Stellar Awakened him. And there are two skills that make him deal insane damage: Eruption and Lava Impact. That's all you need to know, man. Use Myunfa Alter, Myunfa Alter or Yipha ES to buff him up and watch him destroy the universe. And if you've got his True Manifest, he has some decent buffs too. I may do a guide on him, so stay tuned for that. Now, who would I recommend for the water element? She's not in this list at this moment because this is a 3-month-old list of characters, but I would definitely choose Mazrika. She is the ultimate water support. What's most unique about her is the fact that she can give characters water add-on attacks, but not just normal water add-on attacks, but add-on attacks that have massive damage multipliers. I did a video on her where I reacted to someone using a 3-star character to deal close to 1 billion damage thanks to Mazrika's support skills. Mazrika can greatly increase the whole team's power, intelligence, and speed while reducing your enemy's power, intelligence, and speed. I did a full guide on her, so check it out if you can't get Mazrika for a long time. We don't know when a new Mazrika banner will come out, so if you're impatient and can't wait and want a water support unit, you may want Elseal. Elseal is kind of like Mazrika, but is now power crept by Mazrika. She's still good and I still use her in boss battles, so she's still a decent support character. I did a full guide on Elseal, so check that out. In terms of water attack characters, as a water DPS, I would definitely choose Felmina ES. If you're into lore, Felmina is a key character in one of the ensemble episodes and has a major influence on an important character in the game, Miyu. Felmina's design also looks great. She's not a Stellar Awakened character, but can be fantastic anyway. She's a pain-setting water slash character who can also set and awaken sacred water stance. She works amazingly with Mazrika. Her basic attack is great for mob clearing and she can do incredible damage both to single and multi enemies. A newer character is also Jillfunny. Jillfunny is not in this list because this list is 3 months old. Jillfunny is a great damage dealer and also works perfectly with Mazrika, though Jillfunny is more useful as a single enemy attack unit. Felmina ES also has a single enemy attack skill, but Felmina ES is different is that she can also attack mobs of enemies easily, and she's great once again, as I mentioned, for clearing mobs. Who would I recommend for wind? Hands down, I would choose Suzette, but make sure she's Stellar Awakened. Suzette is one of my favorite characters in the game. For those who like lore, she is important to the future Mythos saga. She's a pain and poison setting wind piecing character who can set and awaken Wind King stance. Her Stellar Awaken skill can inflict barrier pierce, and if you set her up right, she can essentially one-hit destroy mobs and many of the game's earlier bosses. An alternative to Suzette is Sesta, who is an amazing damage dealer and can even perform much better than Suzette against many other endgame super bosses. But she's only good if you have a full wind team with her, so check my guide for more information. In terms of wind support characters, I would say Yipha Another Style. Even today, like Iphi and Felmina Extra Style, she's a fantastic character that isn't a Stellar Awakened character. She's an incredible support unit whose 2 moves, Faith and Bienek Boa, will transform your best damage dealer into a multi-billion damage dealer. I did a full guide on her, so check it out. Speaking of support, for Earth characters, I've spoken about her extensively in other videos, and it's still, to this day, Myunfa Alter. Like Yipha Another Style, Myunfa Alter can transform your damage dealer from an okay damage dealer into a multi-billion damage dealer. She's a Taunt Earth stance setter that has buffs for Earth teams, but she's great even for non-Earth teams. In fact, I mainly use her for teams outside of Earth teams. For example, I pair her with Xianhua to help her deal incredible damage. She does this mainly through her please and I'll do my best skills. She can also give a decent barrier to the character on her left through her keep me safe skill. If you're shopping around for an Earth damage dealer, you may want to consider Kuchinawa. For the lore addicts, he has a key part in the Rise Saga, so if you want to collect all Arcadia members, you want Kuchinawa in your roster. He is a pain and poison setting Earth magic user who can set and awaken Taunt Earth stance. He's a great support for magic teams while also weakening enemies against magic attacks and Earth type attacks. Check out my guide on how you can deal billions and billions of damage with him. Finally, a non-element character I would highly recommend is none other than Xianhua. Xianhua, I believe, is the greatest damage dealer unit in the game at this point in time. She's a non-element character, as I mentioned, so she can work well against a lot of the game's bosses and is flexible with all kinds of teams. If you watched my main story streams, I mainly used her to beat the entirety of the latest main story updates on Master difficulty. Pair her up with someone like Myunfa Alter and she will consistently deal incredible damage and obliterate most enemies. But she even does incredible damage without a support character. Her Horizon skill is great for mob clearing and Tesseract is great for beating enemies once they're on the 50% HP mark. Check out my guide for more information. Okay, now it's time for my own personal picks, baby. Since I have all the main top characters already, I'll mainly be picking characters that I haven't Stellar Awakened yet. So which character don't I really want? I'll make that my first choice. Who don't I want? Who's a character that's fully power crept and has no relevance to this day? Hismena, another style. Hismena, another style. You'll never need her, man. You will never need her. She is my first pick. I hope I don't get her. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who don't I have yet? Who don't I have yet? I saw Annabelle ES here. I just recently upgraded to her, but I don't have a Stellar Awakening, so I wouldn't mind getting another Annabelle ES just for that Stellar Awakening star chart. Who else? Who else? Who else? Please don't give me Hismena another style, please. I don't have Tiramisu another style, strangely enough. I'm not sure if I'll pick her yet. I'll come back to her if I don't have her. What else is there? I don't have Hard Daddy another style. I haven't Stellar Awakened Oboro, so I'll get him. I haven't Stellar Awakened Suzanka, so I'll get her. I don't have CL Alter, so I'll pick him. Yo, that's it. 2 more characters. Maybe we'll get... Should I pick Xianhua again just for the points? I don't have... Actually, I don't have Winefica Stellar... Do I have a Stellar Awakened? I'm gonna take a gamble, man. I hope I don't get Winefica. I think I've Stellar Awakened, or I don't remember. I'm not even gonna double check. So let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, it won't hurt to get extra shade points, right? Shadow points. I don't have Hard Daddy another style. This will be completely wasted pull. Let's do it, baby. Is this it? Let's double check if that's it. Alright, there are a few characters in here I definitely do not want. I definitely do not want Hismena another style. I really do not want Hismena another style. I'm not sure if I have Winefica Stellar Awakened. I think I do. I think I've wasted. I think this is going to be a waste. We'll see. Let's see who we get, baby. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Which 5-star do we get? By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe to help more people become aware of this game. Man, who will this be? Who will this be? Please don't be Hismena. Please don't be Hismena. Please don't be Hismena. Please don't. Oh, shit!